The revocation of a U.S. visa held by a local environmental activist has ignited a social media debate about freedom of expression and Trinidad and Tobago's support for controversial U.S. military operations in Caribbean waters. These operations have claimed at least 83 lives since September 2025. Reporter Joel Green George has more on this story.
Gary Aboud, Corporate Secretary of the environmental NGO Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, confirmed last Wednesday that U.S. authorities prudentially revoked his B-1, B-2 visa. The U.S. Embassy told him the decision was based on additional information suggesting he may be inadmissible to the United States.
But the recent revocation of my U.S. visa raises concerns about whether foreign powers and our own government are attempting to intimidate and punish civil society voices that take a chance to speak out.
Aboud had been an outspoken critic of the military strikes on suspected drug trafficking vessels near Venezuela by the U.S., strikes against who they termed narco-terrorists that have killed dozens since early September. International human rights groups and the United Nations have condemned potential violations of international law.
The United Nations High Commission for Human Rights has called these strikes unacceptable and demanded an independent investigation.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, a senior counsel, swiftly distanced her government from the visa decision, stating in a tweet on Friday that TNT has absolutely no involvement in the U.S. visa policies. She rejected Aboud's suggestion that NGOs are being silenced, calling his allegations, quote, inflammatory, reckless, and misleading, end quote. She has previously made controversial statements supporting the deadly strikes.
We will always support our Prime Minister, always, in a strong, lawful, and effective fight against all lawlessness and illegality, against the drug trade, against the smugglers of guns. Most of the guns are made in the United States, by the way. But we can never condone unlawful killing.
On Saturday, Mike Mitchell, the visa chief at the U.S. Embassy in Port of Spain, posted a reminder on the embassy's Facebook page, quote, breaking U.S. laws have serious consequences for visa holders. A U.S. visa is a privilege, not a right, end quote. Aboud said he accepts the decision, but the truth cannot be silenced.
The truth cannot be silenced. NGOs are not enemies of the state.
The controversy comes as TNT hosts U.S. warships and military personnel for joint exercises, and for Tobago, which relies on fishing and tourism, the escalating military activity raises concerns about maritime safety and the potential economic impact if the situation deteriorates. Joel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.